Hello guys, it is me again, Excalibur Trick Shots. Now, this is on a Black Ops 2 video. There is Black Ops 2 gameplay in the background, but what I'm here to talk about, as it says in the title, is about all the people who lost their lives in the 9/11 attack 15 years ago. Now, it's a very sad moment we all had to go through when two planes struck the World Trade Center in New York. It was terrible. Thousands of people lost their lives that day. Thousands of families lost their loved ones that day. If you don't know what 9/11 is, I'm pretty sure you do. And I'm going to take my time to tell you what happened. On September 11, 2001, at 8:45 a.m., on a clear Tuesday morning, an American Airlines Boeing 767 loaded with 20,000 gallons of jet fuel crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. The impact left a gaping, burning hole near the 80th floor of the 110-story skyscraper, instantly killing hundreds of people and trapping hundreds more in higher floors. As the evacuation of the tower and its twin got underway, television cameras broadcast live image of what initially appeared to be a freak accident. Then 18 minutes after the first plane hit, a second Boeing 767 United Airlines Flight 175 appeared out of the sky, turned sharply toward the World Trade Center, and sliced into the South Tower near the 60th floor. The collision caused a massive explosion that showered burning debris over surrounding buildings and the streets below. The attackers were Islamic terrorists from Saudi Arabia and several other Arab nations, reportedly financed by Saudi fugitive Osama bin Laden's al-Qaeda terrorist organization. They were allegedly acting in retaliation for America's support of Israel. Sorry, I'm sick. An involvement in the Persian Gulf War and its continued military presence in the Middle East. Some of the terrorists had lived in the United States for more than a year and had taken flying lessons at American commercial flight schools. Others had slipped into the country in the months before September 11th and acted as the muscle in the operation. The 19 terrorists easily smuggled box cutters and knives through security at 3 East Coast airports and boarded 4 flights bound for California. Chosen because the planes were loaded with fuel for a long journey. Soon after takeoff, the terrorist commandeered the 4 planes and took the controls, transforming ordinary commuter jets into guided missiles. Millions watched the event unfold in New York. American Airlines Flight 77 circled over downtown Washington, D.C. and slammed into the west side of the Pentagon military headquarters at 9:45 a.m. Jet fuel from the Boeing 75 caused a devastating inferno that led to the structural collapse of a portion of the giant concrete building. All told, 125 military personnel and civilians were killed in the Pentagon, along with all 64 people aboard the airline. Less than 15 minutes after the terror struck the nerve center of the U.S. military, the horror in New York took a catastrophic turn for the worst when the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed in a massive cloud of dust and smoke. The structural steel of the skyscraper built to withstand winds in excess of 200 miles an hour, and a large conventional fire cannot withstand the tremendous heat generated by the burning jet fuel. At 10:30 a.m., the other Trade Center tower collapsed. Close to 3,000 people died in the World Trade Center and its vicinity, including the staggering 343 firefighters and paramedics, 23 New York City police officers, and 37 Port Authority police officers who were struggling to complete an evacuation of the building to save the office workers trapped on higher floors. Only 6 people in the World Trade Center towers at the time of their collapse survived. Only 6 people in the World Trade Center towers at the time of their collapse survived. Almost 10,000 others were treated for injuries, many severe. Meanwhile, a 4th California-bound plane entitled Flight 93 was hijacked about 40 minutes after leaving Newark International Airport in New Jersey. Because the plane had been delayed in taking off, passengers on board learned of events in New York and Washington via cell phones and airphone calls to the ground. Knowing that the aircraft was not returning to an airport as the hijackers claimed, a group of passengers and a flight attendant planned an insurrection. One of the passengers, Thomas Burnett Jr., told his wife over the phone that I know we're all gonna die. There's 3 of us who are gonna do something about it. I love you, honey. Another passenger told Beamer. Another passenger, Todd Beamer, was heard saying, "Are you guys ready? Let's roll," over an open line. Sandy Bradshaw, a flight attendant, called her over and explained that she had slipped into the galley and was filling pitchers with boiled water. The last words to him were, everyone's running to first class. You got to go, why? Sorry for staggering, I'm really sick and can't say this right. Passengers fought the 4 hijackers and are suspected to have attacked the cockpit with a fire extinguisher. The plane then flipped over and sped toward the ground at upwards of 500 miles per hour, crashing in a rural field in western Pennsylvania at 10:10 a.m. All 45 people on board were killed. Its intended target is not known, but theories include the White House, U.S. Capitol, the Camp David Presidential Retreat in Maryland, or one of the several nuclear power plants along the eastern seaboard. At 7 p.m., President George W. Bush, who had spent the day being shuttled around the country because of security concerns, returned to the White House at 9 p.m. He delivered a televised address from the Oval Office declaring terrorist attacks can shake the foundation of our biggest buildings. They cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. In a reference to the eventual U.S. military response, he declared, "We will not make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who aborted them." Operation Enduring Freedom, the American-led international effort to oust the Taliban regime in Afghanistan and destroy Osama bin Laden's terrorist network based there, began on October 7th. Within 2 months, U.S. forces had effectively removed the Taliban from operational power. But the war continued as U.S. coalition forces attempted to defeat a Taliban insurgency campaign based in neighboring Pakistan. Osama bin Laden, the mastermind behind the September 11th attacks, remained at large until May 2nd, 2011, when he was finally tracked down and killed by the U.S. forces at a hideout in Abbottabad. In June 2011, President Barack Obama announced the beginning of large-scale troop withdrawals from Afghanistan, the final withdrawal of U.S. forces tentatively scheduled for 2014. Now, it's a very sad story, and I am sorry if you couldn't understand me. I'm sick, and I was kind of stuttering a lot because I can't really talk great. But that is really sad what happened, and if you were not born to witness that, I'm very sorry. Oh no, you should be glad, because it was terrible. It was bad, and I can't even imagine how the families felt after that morning. It all happened in one day. 4 planes crashed. 2 took down the World Trade Centers, and another one took down the Pentagon. It was a very sad moment of our lives, and in memory of all the people who lost their lives that day, and all the families that lost their loved ones, I would like you to like this video. And I know that sounds kind of wow, you just want me to like this video, but no. For each person that likes for each like equals 1 person, and for each person equals 1 person who cares about what happened that day. cares about the many people, the thousands of people who lost their lives due to terrorists. For no apparent reason, innocent people were burned, many jumping out of buildings. It was a sad moment for all of us, and I'm hoping that you can remember this. But thank you for watching this. God bless America.